So let me get this straight. America still celebrates a man who never even stepped foot in what's now the United States, enslaved entire populations, and thought the Caribbean was India. That was not just a bad take, that was the myth we built holidays on. Meet Christopher Columbus, supposedly a fearless explorer, a pioneer, a man who discovered America. But in reality, he was more like a violent opportunist who got lost and called it destiny. You've heard of fake it till you make it? Columbus faked it, failed it, and still got a holiday. First of all, he didn't discover anything. You can't discover a continent already inhabited by millions of people. But that didn't stop him from planting a flag and acting like he just invented land. That's like breaking into someone's house, claiming it's empty, and getting a national park named after you. When Columbus arrived in 1492, he didn't step into an empty world. He stepped into thriving civilizations, with language, religion, systems of government, and trade. But instead of respecting what he found, he saw resources, gold, land, and people to exploit. Within days of arriving, Columbus kidnapped natives and wrote home that they'd make excellent servants. His journals describe punishments like cutting off hands, forced labor, mutilation, all written with terrifying casualness. Imagine being so cruel your own diary reads like a villain origin story, and you're the one writing it. Oh, and here's something your school probably skipped. Columbus actually imposed a gold quota system. Every Taino over the age of 14 had to collect a certain amount of gold dust every 3 months. If they failed, he ordered their hands cut off and left them to bleed out. You know, just classic civilized exploration stuff. And the best part? There wasn't even much gold there. He was chasing a fantasy. Imagine inventing performance reviews for genocide. And yet America builds statues of this guy, because nothing says role model like mass enslavement and creative geography. He captured thousands of natives and shipped them to Spain like cargo. Many died on the way, but those who survived were sold. And yes, Columbus personally profited from this. He wasn't some confused explorer doing his best. He saw human lives as merchandise and kept receipts. And despite all that, America still honors him. Columbus wasn't just problematic. He was so brutal that even the Spanish crown, known for not being gentle, arrested him. That's like being banned from Twitter by Twitter. When the Spanish Inquisition thinks you're too much, maybe you're not the hero of the story. And after all that, he died broke, bitter, and mostly forgotten. The same nobles who once funded his voyages didn't even show up at the end. Spain had moved on. Even empires have PR standards. But centuries later, America dug him up figuratively and made him a national icon. Because why let facts get in the way of a good origin story? So why does the myth survive? Because Columbus fits the narrative America wants. Bold, brave, white guy plants flag and brings civilization. Even if he brought chains and slaughter instead. Question that narrative and you get labeled anti-American or woke. But let's be clear, this isn't cancel culture. It's correction culture. We're not erasing history, we're finally reading it honestly. And here's the wildest part. Columbus never set foot in what we now call the United States. Not once, but every year, Americans still throw parades in his honor. Because apparently getting lost and committing war crimes is parade-worthy. If you do it in 1492, acknowledging the truth means admitting that America's roots are tangled in blood, not just bravery. And that's not easy to swallow. But if history only makes you feel proud, it's probably not history. It's a fairy tale. It's a flag on it. The story of Columbus should make you uncomfortable, because it's not just about him. It's about who we choose to celebrate, and what that says about us. For indigenous communities, Columbus Day isn't a holiday. It's a wound, a reminder of what was taken, what was erased, and how long the lie has lasted. And if you think this is just some woke revisionism, ask yourself this. Why do we cling so hard to a man who sold children, enslaved villages, and bragged about it? Why do we defend a man whose greatest legacy was destruction? Maybe it's not about him at all. Maybe it's about us, and what we're still not ready to admit. So let me ask you this. If Columbus showed up today and did even half of what he did back then, would we still build him statues? Or would we put him on trial? Someone got lost, enslaved thousands, and bragged about it in their diary. Would we name schools after him? Or maybe just delete his Google Maps account? And if everything he did makes you uncomfortable now, why were we ever comfortable celebrating him in the first place? History doesn't need to make you feel safe. It needs to make you feel something real. So go ahead, get uncomfortable. That's where learning starts, because Columbus didn't discover a new world. He helped destroy one. And if we keep pretending otherwise, we're not celebrating history. We're just recycling a lie. If you made it this far, you're already doing better than most history textbooks. Drop a comment, even if you're angry. Like if you learned something new. And subscribe if you're ready for more uncomfortable truths about the people we still call heroes. See you in the next one. It only gets messier from here.